everyone, and let me show you my frogs. So we basically had some of the gear ready for this character. For leveling, I have used the leveling reflect chest, with a bunch of like twink items, I am wearing still some of the twink items like the advanced boots and the arboreal circuit with HP, etc. But I have finally leveled enough so I could wear my Vessel of Strife, which is level 86, I'm level 93 now. And I've equipped all the items that I have previously crafted. And this is how the build is looking, basically. I have a 1 LP, 9 strength cleaver. I have a Bastion of Honor with tier 7 block effect, which is very handy. I do have the Land Before with a bunch of reses. I have a tier 7 minion area and tier 7 minion area with Evolution's End. We'll talk about this now. And I have a Anurok tier 7 strength, tier 7 dex. A bunch of tier 7s, like always, tier 7 strength. Tier 7 strength. And yeah, the goals for this character now would be to get the boots, obviously, to get the idols that I have to change, pretty much. For the attack speed, health regen idols, we'll get them soon. My reses are completely covered anyway. And yeah, we've been leveling up. I'm now putting points into the primal aspect. I might actually, we'll see what I do about this, because I've been thinking of maybe going into, since I'm playing hardcore, I've been thinking of maybe going into Cornered Beast for the damage reduction. But we will see what I do. When it comes to gear, I do have this amulet that I found, which is a tier 7 area with tier 6 minion damage. And I do have a bunch of Evolution's Ends with 2 LP and all that. So, we're gonna be, I have been imprinting this item. And, the moment we start hitting the imprints and stuff, we're gonna start trying to hit the 2 LP evolutions. And yeah, I think that's gonna be really a substantial boost of power, to say the least. That's gonna be really powerful. On top of that, we're gonna have to farm a proper mantle, with 16 strength and all the high stats with tier 7 dex and maybe some extra stats. And we're gonna be trying to look for better gloves, ideally with the set health regen per strength, right? But at the moment I've been using this, because they have 25 melee fire damage for your minions, so it's quite a bit of flat damage for your frogs early game. But we'll replace that. We also have a bunch of Siphon of Anguish with 3 LP. And yeah, so far my blessings. Again, I've been farming, obviously, I've been farming at 300 or so corruption. The frogs are pretty overpowered now that they fixed the AI. And in terms of my Circle of Fortune, well, I'm capped out, so I'm gonna go spend some favor pretty much. Get my idols and red rings and stuff. My COF, the same as before, obviously. As my Heimerdin leveled it up. And then my Weaver tree, this is how it's looking. I have imprinted this weapon that has tier 7 melee. And, ideally I'll try to get double suffixes, for if I get when I get a 2 LP cleaver solution. I've imprinted the amulet that I mentioned. And then I've been imprinting cleaver solution to see if I get one with 2 LP. And very, very similar tree as before. I have increased my bonus stability. Now I'm gonna get rid of these points most likely. And I'm gonna be getting into the increased champions and the increased nemesis. But again, for leveling, I did go for the bonus stability just to, level up a bit faster and all that. I have finally got my Room Prison Complex, actually, on my Weavers, which was pretty POC. I have completed now the Room Prison Complex, which I, took a while to get this one. But it's now, I think the only ones that I have to do now are the Fading Brick and the Rampant Coast on hardcore. Again, shouldn't be a problem for the characters and how strong they are. And yeah, I'm gonna be showing a bit of mapping. We'll do a map or two at 300 or so corruption. Take this map, I get crit avoidance and make the build look bad, right? So again, I am playing without the crow at the moment, because I was leveling hardcore, so I was trying to zoom as fast as possible. So I did level my Fury Leap, because it has immunity, it has cleanses. it's a bit safer when it comes to leveling, because you know, it has the built-in cleanse and the built-in immunity and stuff, and I wanted to get that before my Vessel of Strife, my relic, would start giving me ward, which again I unlocked that at level 86. So eventually, you know, I'm gonna change to the Crow to get my armor shred and all that. And the build is very powerful at the moment. Ever since they changed the AI of the frogs and they fixed them, because at the beginning, when the patch first released, they were absolutely terrible because of how the jump was basically interrupting them non-stop, and it was making them juke in all random directions and stuff. They have now fixed that. There's a Lightning Elemental somewhere. 3 LP Traitors. Nice. And yeah, I mean, the frogs just fucking kill everything, you know. They hitting enemies that if they have all the buffs, they're hitting for like 60k or some shit, you know. Again, quite a bit of damage. I do have a pretty strong character, you know. I'm on the endgame planner on max roll pretty much, except the boots. So yeah, just keep in mind I do have 122 strength, you know, bunch of dexterity, a bunch of stats, thanks to Cleaver. So yeah, the build is pretty strong. Let's do a Lagon, just so you guys see it at 300 corruption. And as you can see, poor Lagon, you know, doesn't really stand a chance, you know. He goes into his immunity. And you know, the best thing about the build obviously is that they're frogs. And you know, I don't know if you guys knew this, but frogs have a very a diet based on eating bugs. So you know, it's actually perfect for last epoch currently, right? Eating all the bugs out. Great. We're on pest control here. This is a bit of an annoying bug that you have to re-equip your thingy, because the frogs jump out. Now they're gonna appear and they're gonna finish it off. Again, very annoying. The fucking frogs jump into one of the enemies that stay downside. We didn't get this blessing is a nightmare to roll, because you want high, flat, and high increase. You know, like the the character works really nice, really powerful. You can do all the beast typing farming. Again, all the hard echoes, all the shades and stuff, like really powerful. And you know, you have such good regen at them. I have like 300 and something regen, 371 regen. It's just a very strong chill kind of build. See, the beast barely has time to do any damage, and it can't really compare to Bear when it comes to DPS and stuff like that. But it is very chill to play. You basically don't do anything. You can just literally just move around, cast your totem on cooldown, and yeah, I mean, everything just dies. I don't even know what happened there, but everything's dead somehow. And just like that. I'm fairly tanky with the Bastion of Honor, you know, with the 100% block chance and all that. Fairly tanky. Those maps pretty good. And definitely a build for like passive minion players, kind of. You know, if you don't really like doing your combos, or you know, fighting along your companion, or you know, having to swipe along with your bear or with your raptors or whatever the fuck. This build is definitely something that I would recommend if you know, perfect for something like controller, or and it's very low APM build, and scales pretty well with gear because of the frog scaling thingy with the attributes. And yeah, that's pretty much the build. I hope you guys like it. And then my goal now is to spend my favor and get some idols and get some stuff. So we'll be doing that today on stream. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.